What is your purpose in life? My deepest wish is to achieve the impossible. And since I've already used my telepathic powers to smash a whiteboard to the ground, I'm ramping it up to the next level, doing something you feel is impossible. This tale of telepathy is for those of you who have a business, and want to create more demand and respect from the market. I will make your business better. A core statement. Look, both you and I know this is meaningless. So listen, if you smell bullshit, don't have a taste. I'm sharing this surreal moment because it relates to me going quiet and putting 100% external focus on a solution that will blow your mind. I'm a nobody, a social moron, afraid of risk and uncertainty. I've been burned from too many hours working shitty jobs, so I spend 2 to 4 hours every day studying the most important aspects of business. I've reached the tipping point where gaining more knowledge is less important than stepping outside my bubble. Here's to solving the impossible organizational challenge. Inspired less by moments of clarity, I'm asking how do we get hours and days of it? So this whiteboard crashes to the ground after putting my telepathic powers to the test, which left me speechless until now. To put this into perspective, you need a little background. I was born in Santa Fe, grew up in a teepee, conceived on Sacred Mountain, named after Guana Parker, the last Comanche war chief, and I believe black elk could control the weather. I'm also ashamed to say, given the opportunity to go back to home mountain in my home state of New Mexico, I was able to attend a live Native American event. I don't know that I would actually call it an event. It was the type of thing where we gave somebody money and they talked for a long time. Anyhow, I was young and I got bored. Very bored. This predates cell phones. We're in the middle of the desert, there's nowhere to go, nothing to do, gouge my eyeballs out bored. Too many wasichu, about 100 touristy white people in a large room, sitting in chairs in a row facing the presenter who lost my attention in the first 30 seconds. It reminded me of the Ferris Bueller class setting, not the authentic experience I was hoping for. I'm stuck. Now, we both know my attention has to go somewhere. And because he had an old timey whiteboard, a paper and easel next to him, I spent the next 59 minutes, or however long it was, focused on telepathically dropping that confounded whiteboard straight to that sacred ground. I'm talking 100% belief, attention, and resolve, with the laser like focus of a Zen master, completely unfazed by anything else. Nothing existed but me, the whiteboard, and silence for what felt like hours and hours and hours. Well, you can probably guess what happened. Absolutely nothing. The presentation's over, everybody's leaving. I get the tap on the shoulder suggesting if I want to ride out of there, it's now or never. I'm devastated. I blew it big time and I walk away from it both physically and mentally right out the door. Just as I reach the door, I hear this loud smack. People around me jump, and as I look over, I smile and get the goosebumps in that hair-raising experience. It was too good to be true. A young child pushed the easel off the table. Now, however you think of the timing, whether you give me credit or not, that was exciting to my younger self. As I've gotten older, I've come to realize the simple fact of life. Children annihilate everything in their path. But I also believe the term coincidence has been mistranslated. It simply means to be in perfect alignment. I spell this out on the website. I'm also hoping to join a creative marketing gang that delivers a genie in the bottle type experience for their clients. Let's face it, every business has room for improvement, at least one hidden asset, an untapped resource. Strategic brilliance is not necessarily that complex. Most often, it's the result of thinking different. You want to hear how one woman made a small distinction and earned her family $4 million extra in 18 months, got them designated as Inc. magazine's one of the fastest growing 500 companies, got a major Big Six accounting firm to invest millions of dollars in them, and got a group of investors to buy them out for a seven-figure amount? This comes from my homie, my favorite iconic thought leader, Jay Abraham. Now, Jay once described himself as somebody who gets really, but rarely, turned on by people who are doing things in business, and particularly the entrepreneurial world, that are meaningful, relevant, and profound, that are truly transformatic, and can catalytically change the force or direction and the outcome of people's lives and the lives they can touch and affect. Anyhow, Years ago, Jay consulted with a very ambitious-minded young lady who started a software company with her husband. They specialized at the time in a very complex field of computer imaging. This is where you take hundreds of thousands of documents, scan them, and image them into a very sophisticated piece of software that can help a law firm, a research facility, or a manufacturing concern access key information at the touch of a finger. They were so obsessed with selling the technical sophistication of their product that they had failed to recognize what the result or the advantage or the significance of it really was to their users, or could be to their users. Jay, in his brilliant Socratic manner, asked a few questions. He didn't ask them how sophisticated or complex or cutting edge the technology was. Instead, he focused their attention on the question, what is the measurable result in terms of benefit this brings to your customer? He was surprised when they told him, well, it can allow them to do in an hour what it used to take 10 weeks. Well, that's very interesting. From the standpoint of financial impact, what does that savings mean to them, to your prospects and clients? If it had taken them 10 weeks, how many people would it have taken to do that research? They said, conceivably, 20 people. Well, 20 people researching 10 weeks times 40 hours seems to be a lot of money, doesn't it? I said, yes. Well, then you're telling me that with any one application, it's perfectly reasonable that at that level of savings, or even greater savings, reduction in achievement could be realized. They said yes, all day long. Well, then why in the world are you trying to impress your clients with the technological sophistication when they should be eager to save 10 weeks and maybe $50,000 every time they had an application? They had never done that. They had never allowed their customer to realize the advantage financially, on labor, on productivity, and on the time they were able to that they were bringing to bear. That one simple awareness communicated to the customer made these people $4 million extra in approximately 18 months. Again, got them designated as Inc. Magazine's one of the fastest growing 500 companies. Got a major big six accounting firm to invest millions of dollars in them, and got a group of investors to buy them out for a seven-figure amount, just because they made that one distinction. Now, this one simple and relevant business truth that almost went overlooked. It is startling how often this occurs. Your customers are not buying a product or service. They are buying a result, a benefit, and an outcome that is very self-serving. They could care less about you. They don't want the drill, they want the hole. Do you know the number one reason most people and most organizations do not reach their goals? Why most businesses fail, and the key corollary that turns it all around? Step 2 of the product launch formula is transformational education. This is where I blow the cap off your lid. I'll see you soon. However, one final note on the impossible entrepreneurial challenge, and as an analogy for it, J. Abraham refers to the story about the untying the Gordian knot. Now, I appreciate this one because my firstborn was named after Alexander the Great, and both he and Jay share the same birthday. So as the Greek myth goes, in the center of the Middle Asian city of Gordian, King Midas had tied a chariot to a post with an intricate knot. A great oracle predicted that the man who could untie the knot would become Asia's next king. Hundreds of men tried and failed the endeavor. A man approached, studied the knot, and with one sword strike sliced the knot in two, thus claiming his title as king. This man was Alexander the Great. Now, Alexander's strength and his army's might did not grant him the position of leader. His ability to think and rethink about a current challenge was the key to his rise. This is, in essence, what leaders are paid to do: deliver results. So if you want to get started, check out the website and discover the secrets most business advisors don't want you to know.